Opened in 1873, Victoria's Ross Bay Cemetery is 11 hectares in size. Overlooking scenic Ross Bay, the cemetery is home to nearly 30,000 interments, but it's more than just a burial ground. It also serves as a peaceful park and a quiet retreat for visitors. Ross Bay was named after Isabella Mainville Ross. Her husband, Charles Ross, a Hudson's Bay Company chief trader, helped oversee the building of Fort Victoria in 1843, but died just a year later. After her husband died, Isabella bought 99 acres of land overlooking Ross Bay for $1 an acre. In the 1850s, Isabella, an Indigenous woman, became the first female registered landowner in British Columbia. She named her property Foul Bay Farm, inspired by the waterfowl in the area. The farm struggled, and over time she sold off portions of the land to individual buyers. After Fort Victoria was founded in 1843, the city's first graveyard opened at what's now Douglas and Johnson Streets. By 1855, a larger site, the Quadra Street Cemetery, now Pioneer Square, was established. As that site filled up, the city sought new grounds. An initial 47-acre site near Ogden Point was chosen, but public opposition, led by figures like Dr. Haugen, halted the plan. Concerns included the land's value and health risks due to the land's position on the city's windward side. In 1872, the city purchased 13 acres from Robert Burnaby, the namesake of the city of Burnaby, at Ross Bay for $300 per acre. The land was cleared and laid out that fall, with plots for sale by March. Isabella Ross died in 1885 at the age of 77 and was laid to rest in the cemetery. In 1994, the Old Cemetery Society placed an interpretive plaque at her burial site to honor her legacy. In 1893, the city purchased the western section of the cemetery, though it wasn't open for burials until 1900. A few years later, in 1906, the city acquired land on the eastern side for just $1. Ross Bay Cemetery is considered the most important heritage cemetery in BC. Its historic value lies in its well-preserved landscape and thousands of monuments, many featuring beautiful, locally carved headstones. The cemetery offers a rich record of local, regional, and provincial history. It serves as a resting place for many of BC's most notable figures. Stay tuned for part 2 of this series, where you'll learn more. The site has remained largely true to its original 1872 design, with curving carriageways, historic plantings, and tree-lined paths that reflect 19th century ideals of a peaceful, park-like setting. Sections divided by religious denominations also show the influence of local churches on its planning. Many of the trees at Ross Bay Cemetery were planted in the 1930s under the guidance of the City of Victoria's Parks Department. At the time, the cemetery served as a kind of living nursery, a source of tree species for the entire city. When the city needed new trees for its boulevards, it often took clippings from those growing in the cemetery. As a result, many of Victoria's trees today can trace their roots back to Ross Bay. The grounds feature a wide variety of plantings, including pines, ornamental cherries, and plums, along with shrubs like holly, yew, laurel, boxwood, and lilac, most added after the cemetery first opened. Over time, additions like the 1911 seawall, tree plantings in the 1920s and 30s, and landscaping along Dallas Road have helped preserve the cemetery's tranquil character in an increasingly urban environment. The Old Cemetery Society conducts guided tours. Visit oldsem.bc.ca to learn more, and stay tuned for part 3 of this series where we talk about ghost stories associated with people that are laid to rest here. Today, Ross Bay Cemetery remains a sanctuary surrounded by busy streets, historic homes, and modern life. Thanks for watching this video on Ross Bay Cemetery in Victoria. Stay tuned for parts 2 and 3 in this series. For more information, visit walkingvancouverisland.ca.